Rory Meeks, the bullfighter that got arrested. A rodeo clown, bullfighter, or rodeo champion is a performer who works in riding competitions. Originally, the rodeo clown was a single job that combined bullfighting, protecting riders thrown from a bull, as well as the role of providing comic relief during the events. The job is divided into two distinct parts: bullfighters, who protect riders from the bulls, and entertainers, barrel performers, who provide humor. However, in other parts of the world and at some smaller events, the work of protecting the riders and comic relief are still combined and performed by one professional. In this video, we will talk about Rory Meeks, who was a rodeo clown but ended up in prison. What led him to jail? Let's find out. As always, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Before getting into the story of how Rory Meeks got arrested and what the nature of his job is, let's take a rodeo history detour. When competitive rodeo first started in the early 1900s, promoters would hire cowboy comedians to amuse spectators in between events or in the event that competitions were postponed. This is when rodeo clowns first appeared. Initially dressed in large, baggy clothing, these professionals gradually began to resort to increasingly bizarre attire. The rodeo clown filled the role of a human diverter for the vicious Brahma bulls that were introduced into bull riding competitions in the 1920s. Given the aggression of these bulls, diverse protection measures started to emerge. For instance, in the 1930s, a rodeo clown by the name of Jasbo Fulkerson started employing a wooden barrel with a hard bottom as a form of protection. Rodeo clowns have long been a key attraction in agricultural shows and rodeos in the U.S. In bull riding and fighting events, they were employed to assist in tending to the bulls, steers, or oxen in the arena, as well as to amuse onlookers in between events. The comedic aspect of the profession, as opposed to protecting rodeo athletes, began to fade in some parts of the United States by the late 1970s. In the late 20th century, recognizing the enormous dangers faced by those in the profession, the term bullfighter began to replace the official name rodeo clown. In 2003, bullfighters in the Professional Bull Riders (PBR) organization, who were once spotted wearing traditional rodeo clown makeup and clothing, traded them for jerseys and shorts with corporate sponsors' logos. Rory Meeks is one of those bullfighters who's remembered for his infamous actions outside the profession. We'll get into that later in the video. But for now, let's get to know Rory a little better. Although he may have done some shady things outside the arena, here's what he had to say about his profession. Well, as a bullfighter, we literally use our bodies as human bait to lead the bulls away from the cowboys after they get off the bull. In addition, he's also been recorded saying that it felt like he's been in the profession forever. Commenting on the importance of his role, Rory has said, "They count on us to turn the bull back for them if the bull is not performing up to his ability." Based on what Rory has said, if the bull rope gets stuck to their hand, the rodeo clown distracts the bull, causing the rider to be cut loose. His initial interest in the profession dates back to whenever he'd visit his practice pen. Talking about his initial run, Rory said, "So I got stuck protecting the other cowboys, and before the year was up, I helped a guy do a rodeo, and he said, 'Well, you do better at this than I do, and I'm just doing it because nobody else will.' So, the next rodeo, I was on my own." When it comes to the dangers of bullfighting, Rory believes that bulls can run twice as fast as humans. So, it's not about outrunning the bulls, it's about outmaneuvering them. Given the nature of the job, one can say with certainty that it can lead to injuries. Commenting on such dangers, Meeks said, "A lot of times, they push out of the way with their head and you go flying. It's no different than being hit by a linebacker or something. I played college football, and you know, it's the same thing." Known for his wild adventures as a bullfighter and rodeo clown, Rory Meeks faced a serious legal battle in April 2011 after being caught growing marijuana in Jones County, Iowa. After being found guilty of conspiracy to manufacture marijuana in a federal court in Cedar Rapids, Meeks was found during his trial to have planned multiple grow sites that were hidden among soybean and cornfields among other secret locations where he cared for his illegal crops during the summer. Meeks and his associates would harvest the plants in the fall, process them, and then distribute the finished product until the cycle started over in the spring, according to the way federal prosecutors described Meeks' method of operation. The gathered marijuana was prepared for sale in the autumn and winter at a Jones County home. Meeks, well known for his rodeo exploits, teamed up with others between 2004 and 2011 to grow marijuana in rural Jones County, according to evidence given during the trial. Now that we know what a rodeo clown is and its history, let's talk about what Rory Meeks did to end up in prison. Before getting into this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. On May 29, 2013, Rory Meeks, a professional bullfighter and rodeo clown from Marion, Iowa, aged 55, was given a 20-year sentence to serve in federal prison. This came after a jury found him guilty of conspiring to produce marijuana on March 8, 2013. He was held accountable for the cultivation of more than 1,000 marijuana plants at this time. Meeks was not a stranger to the law when it came to drug trafficking. He was previously found guilty of cocaine trafficking in 1987 and was given a 10-year jail term along with a fine. According to reports, Meeks began his drug enterprise in 2004 and grew more than 1,000 marijuana plants until being arrested in 2011. Even though Meeks was a well-liked professional and frequently performed at events in Iowa, he had already faced serious legal repercussions for his actions prior to the 20-year sentence. After his arrest and hearing, he was sentenced to prison for 2 decades. According to news reports, it was estimated that Meeks could have been fined $20 million in addition to the projected $513,000 in expenditures associated with his detention. Meeks' pay, based on the average amount a rodeo clown would earn, was estimated to be between $100 and $500 for each show. Therefore, in order to pay off his government obligations after his release, he would have to perform in almost 40,000 rodeos at the highest rate. This emphasizes how seriously his involvement in marijuana production has been taken. The severity of penalties for non-violent drug charges is a topic of discussion when it comes to law enforcement priorities, especially in light of the prevalence of more serious drug crimes and cartel activity. With the amount of marijuana in this case and his past felony record, things weren't looking too good for Meeks. Along with being sentenced to 20 years in prison, Meeks was also charged with a special assessment fee of $100 and 10 years of supervised release following his incarceration. Rory Meeks was initially held in the custody of United States Marshals up until the point he was transferred to a federal prison. The Drug Enforcement Administration, the Jones County Sheriff's Office, and the Monticello Police Department all conducted investigations into the case, which was led by Assistant United States Attorney Anthony Morfitt. From a rodeo clown to a convicted marijuana farmer, Rory Meeks' journey demonstrates the complex interplay between individual choices, the law, and public perceptions of drug enforcement. His wild experiences in the rodeo ring were overshadowed by his illicit marijuana plantation activities, which led to a protracted legal battle and a conviction. The case serves as a reminder of the huge efforts made by law enforcement to suppress drug-related activity, especially in situations that don't involve violence. It emphasizes the continuous discussion on how to balance punishment and rehabilitation when dealing with drug-related offenses. Rory Meeks is a critical example that emphasizes how dangerous it may be to participate in illicit drug trafficking, even for those who are well known in other industries. Do you think there was a certain reason why Rory Meeks got into this drug dealing? Was it money, a series of bad choices, or something else? Do let us know in the comments. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Till then, take care. See you soon with another interesting case.